What's up, people? Move closer, guys. Finally, President Tinubu addressed Nigerians. I believe that was after watching my show, of course. Meanwhile, lawmakers made fun of the poor people in Nigeria. Can you imagine? The former central bank governor showed up in court with a Bible, a very big one. Another coup happened in Niger Republic, and some Gambians are upset that their lawmakers spent $60,000 on new vehicles. It's your girl Adeola bringing you juicy African news. First of all, somebody should please talk to my fathers at the Senate in Nigeria. Like, seriously, making fun of the poor. Why are you not ashamed?
Prayer is that let the poor breathe. And then Senator Mustafa has seconded that the poor should breathe. Those who are in support of the poor should be allowed to breathe, say aye. And those who are against, say nay. The ayes have it, the poor must be allowed to breathe.
Can you imagine? These people think everything is a joke. Things are really tough right now because of the increase in fuel price. A lot of people are seen on the road trekking. Now we're doing trek-a-thon in Nigeria, not just cook-a-thon.
This is what we are currently going through in Nigeria. You go trek, I mean you go fly.
Now, instead of finding solution, these lawmakers are there joking. It's very annoying. Shout out to Nigerians, by the way, they always find a way. Some people are now converting their vehicles to use CNG, that is compressed natural gas.
Motorists queuing long hours at petrol stations with no hope of getting the product. CNG is cheaper, burns cleaner, and has less toll on the engine, resulting in lower maintenance costs.
But you know, if these politicians are not careful and you push the people to the wall, at some point they will do what? They will push back. Now, if anybody should be allowed to breathe, my people, I think it is Uncle Dino's waistcoat. Uncle Dino, please, let the jacket breathe. Be cold, not every time. Tight. Who's your tailor? Finally, guys, the president addressed the nation. First of all, I'm glad that we could actually hear what the man was saying. Unlike some people. Now, in summary, in case you missed it, he promised to release a lot of money for food security, to help cushion the economy, grants for business owners, grants for farmers. They're also arranging free mass transportation, and he said that salaries will be reviewed. Basically, everything that we said on this show that he should have done before the subsidy removal, you know, including addressing the nation. Yeah, so he's now doing it 2 months after removing subsidy. My father, is it that they did not show him my show on time or what? Let Alaji be watching this show. He will be inspired. But then his speech came a little bit late. It's like medicine after death. People are already out on the street protesting.
There are countries like the US that have more than 100 refineries. We have countries with 10 refineries. We have countries with 20 refineries. We have the data. What is then wrong with us? What can't we think out of the box? And therefore, the so-called palliative cannot even address this issue on a permanent basis. What will address this issue on a permanent basis is for our refineries to work.
Meanwhile, Asari Dokuba went all the way to Abuja to show his support for Tinubu publicly while the protest was happening. Can you imagine?
Turn by turn, Niger
He also mentioned the dollar-naira rate that keeps going up and down. It's over 800 naira now to $1. Do you know that? Huge shout out to Tinubu's presidency, first of all, for announcing some ministers. At least he did not take 6 months like Buhari did. Although he still didn't send all the names at once. We were like, and we still don't know their portfolio. The good thing though is that so far women make up 25%. I'm hoping that by the end of them announcing all the names, women will be at least 50%. Amen, somebody. Despite the fact that we are more than 50% of the population, we can manage 50% ministerial representation, but nothing less. Shout out to these women for making the list. They are not just beautiful. I mean, look at them. They are very competent, and some of them are young. My mother, Stella Okotete, is 35 years old. Shut up. Congratulations, my sister. And my mother, Beta Chimaobim Edu, is 37 years old. I am so happy about this, which is why we are begging you, my mothers, all of you that have been nominated, and those of you that will still be announced, please and please do not disappoint the people. You know, people are watching you on Plasma TV, and you know they like to talk. Each time that we say we need more women representation, people like to bring up people like Alison Madueke, Stella Odua, forgetting that men are the ones that brought us to where we are. For every 2 women that fail, I can name like 500 men that have screwed up the nation. So please do well by the people. My mothers, huge shout out to the men as well. I am super excited, especially about Dr. Ali Pate. You know, I recently celebrated him on this show, how he's doing great things in the international arena. He was once a minister, by the way. Congratulations, that man, he is an amazing, and he's a very, very humble somebody. So we're watching him to see how he will perform. Now, the shocking thing is some former governors that were appointed. Yeah, Governor Wike, for example. I'm sorry, but what made him popular is the fact that he's very controversial. I mean, my father likes trouble, even when he goes about singing with his band.
If you can't beat them, you join them.
Yes, so we can pepper them. Which are designers to pepper them. Pepper them. Your designers to pepper them.
My friend, get out of here. Ujare, did anybody ask you to play the song? By the way, how is Malam El Rufai doing? You know, do well, my father. I thought both El Rufai and Wike said they would never ever accept ministerial appointment. It's okay, it's okay. Anyways, as governor, El Rufai actually did well in terms of creating jobs, infrastructural development, educational reforms in Kaduna, putting young people in government, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to the crisis going on in southern Kaduna that has claimed so many lives, he did not do well because security is the most important thing. According to a community leader, at least 20 villages have been displaced. I don't know why our politicians don't understand that they have to put security in number 1. And considering the fact that this has a lot to do with religion, Christians versus Muslims, sometimes he will just speak like a fanatic, like a religious bigot. I'm not saying that he is one. He just likes to cause trouble. It doesn't matter what your religion is. When you're a governor, you must be governor of everybody. In any case, we'll be watching Governor El Rufai to see how he performs as a minister. Now, speaking of trouble, what was that during the screening? I don't get it. A ministerial candidate appeared to have finished school before he was even born. I'm kidding. Education was super fast for him, according to him. But one lawmaker was asking him to explain, you know.
You just wrote 1989. I'm wondering whether you finished primary school in 1989, which will suggest that you either started primary school at the age of 3 or 2 for you to finish in 1989.
And another lawmaker got up saying there is no need to explain. Maybe he's just brilliant like me.
Some people don't understand certain things. Let me tell you a personal story. I sat for common entrance examination when I was in primary 3 and I won because I was exceptionally brilliant.
You won? You don't mean it? He won. He won common entrance exam. He won.
You may be like me, exceptionally brilliant.
Okay, turn off the camera real quick. Kolido, is that not the same lawmaker that was caught in a sex toy store beating up a woman? Burning while buying sex toy. Is the Elisha? It's the same. I knew it. He's too brilliant. You see, this is what happens when you win common entrance in primary 3. Primary 3. He won. So they were asking another ministerial candidate how he entered university with 2 credits. Hey, Jesus.
You sat for 5 subjects with 2 credits. I would want you to explain how you got into university.
I have sat for another examination and I have passed that I have not attached to my CV. I didn't bother you with much certificates, but I know I have the qualification.
2 credits. 2 credits. You see? Who needs much certificate? When you can be president of Nigeria with secondary school certificate. I'm telling you, we are screwed. These are the people in charge. in charge of our God. Oh God. You see, this is why I get confused. Whenever anybody says, oh, Tinubu will select a team of brilliant people to work with him. People that are winning, common entrance exam. I'm sorry. How do you get into the university with 2 credits and they are making you a minister? What's even the point of this screening? Because all these people will still become ministers. No, so it's so ridiculous that we have some amazingly brilliant people in Nigeria, yet we keep having people like this at the realm of power. Anyway, all eyes are on you guys. We're watching you on Plasma TV. Now, speaking of TV, have you been following the coup in Niger Republic? Tinubu is now the chairman of ECOWAS, and so he's giving the military in Niger 7-day ultimatum to hand over. The 7 day has already started, by the way. They said, or else. I said, or else.
The leaders of a bloc of West African nations met on Sunday and condemned the military coup that last week toppled the government of Niger and issued the coup leaders an ultimatum.
In the event the authorities' demands are not met within 1 week, measures may include the use of force.
Now, by using force, ECOWAS wants to place sanctions on Mali.
Borders with Niger would be closed, commercial flights banned, financial transactions halted, national assets frozen, and aid ended.
Okay, some people are saying that the reason that these coups keep happening is because of the failure of our leaders. Now, this is the 13th coup in Africa in recent years. And in the case of Niger Republic, everybody is surprised. No one was expecting a coup. Some people say, oh, it's because the president couldn't secure the country from the jihadists. Other people are saying, oh, it's about internal power struggle. So we don't even know exactly why. And then it's obvious that the people are tired of French influence. So much so that they are now in support of military taking over, and they are saying that they prefer Russia to the West, just like the neighboring countries Mali and Burkina Faso. Those ones have now grown closer to Russia. They are cutting ties with the West. In fact, Russian mercenaries are now in Mali and Burkina Faso.
Other demonstrators waved Russian flags and chanted anti-French slogans, echoing a growing wave of resentment towards former colonial power France and its influence in the Sahel region.
And when ECOWAS threatened that the military must hand over power, Mali and Burkina Faso are saying nothing will happen, that they must not hand over power. And so you could see the people of Niger are not afraid of ECOWAS.
Coup leaders appeared unbowed by the international pressure, and inside Niger, a show of support on Sunday for the military. A crowd attacked the French embassy in Niamey, breaking windows and setting its compound walls on fire.
So do you guys think that Niger Republic, Mali, and Burkina Faso, do you think they'll be better off with Russia? I'm just wondering in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If war should start in Niger, let's not forget that it's close to Nigeria. I mean, Buhari has relatives in Niger Republic. Remember, he was always talking about his relatives, and that's actually why we're building a 284-kilometer railway line from Kano to Niger with $1.8 billion. As of that time, it was 454 billion naira that we're spending on this train to Niger Republic. So, do you think that the military in Niger will listen to ECOWAS or not? We'll definitely update you guys on whatever happens. Meanwhile, some Gambians are not happy right now because their lawmakers are spending $3.5 million, that is about $60,000 on brand new 2023 Toyota Prado cars. $60,000 each.
Procurement of the 58 vehicles at the National Assembly, it has been already procured, and so far so good. 47 vehicles has already arrived in the country as of now, and the reports reaching us that 11 more vehicles are on the way coming.
People are saying that the National Assembly members don't even need these cars because they periodically get new cars, and then some people are saying that this money could be used to equip hospitals and labs.
This country is not moving at all. 2 weeks ago, I went to a particular health facility, looked for an X-ray. I was told that for the past 3 months, the X-ray machine is not working. The same National Assembly members, they went to a particular health facility. They were told that they have to organize 3 children for for an incubation machine.
And as usual, you have people that have no problem with what is happening. Now, every country has its own issues, obviously. Nigerians that are watching this right now will be thinking, only $60,000 per lawmaker. You need to come to Nigeria. But you know, it's painful to see those at the realm of power acting so selfishly at the expense of the people that they should be taking care of. Personally, I don't understand how the Gambia doesn't have a lab to test imported medications, which led to the death of about 70 children last year. Remember, we've talked about, but the same Gambia can afford to spend $60,000 on each member of the National Assembly to buy another new car. Let's do better as leaders in every African country, and the people need to be more mindful of how they are choosing those that will represent them. Amen, somebody. Moving on, it is true that the former central bank governor of Nigeria, Professor Emefiele, showed up in court with a Bible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for laughing. Which, you know, I have no problem with. But first of all, I was a bit confused. Is it inside courts that you read Bible? I know you can read Bible anywhere. Anywhere. But he was going for his own court hearing. You get what I'm saying? If he was going to watch somebody's hearing, that's a different case. The man was going for his own hearing. They were about to talk about his matter. And he came with a big Bible. Is that the time for Bible study? I don't know. Second of all, the size of the Bible. I'm sorry. The size of the Bible tells me that he wants us to know. He wants us to know that he was carrying a Bible, a big one, a big King James version. I'm sorry. Nigerians, please, let's wake up. Enough of our leaders using religion to confuse us. The most shocking thing, however, was watching the DSS fight the prison guards over the custody of Professor Emefiele. The court had ruled that he should be granted bail, but the DSS fought with the prison guards, and right there, they rearrested him. Is the DSS now above the law in Nigeria? And is Tinubu trying to act like a dictator, not obeying the rule of law, just like Buhari did? Before I sign out, my people in Italy, please know that Grace Ofere will be with you this coming Saturday. You can now meet her live and direct. She will answer all your questions in terms of real estate in Nigeria. And I posted this picture of my daughter on Monday. No, I did not put relaxer on her hair, by the way. Some people have asked me that question. No, she doesn't. No relaxer. Everything is natural. We use Adeola for her to make her edges very neat. And yes, men can also use it, especially because it makes it easy for you to comb your son's hair. People used to make fun of her on Instagram. She had no hair for a long time, and we started using the products for her. And I posted her pictures so that people could see her progress. She uses the spray, the butter, the serum. We use it for her like maybe 2 or 3 times in a week. A Cameroonian brother that bought the product sent me this video of himself. People ask him how come his hair looks like that of a mixed person.
This is the aftermath of Adeola when I've done my hair. Thanks Adeola, thanks Adeola for producing such a good product, and I wish you all the best.
Does this product do the same thing to your hair? Please send us your review. Let us know how you're liking the product, especially the spray. The spray has been our best seller from day one. I was so excited, by the way, to see that people are now giving us reviews on Facebook. Thank you so much. We have 26 reviews on Facebook, and 22 of them out of 26, 22 people gave us 5 stars. Please send us your reviews and how we can make our products better. You can leave a comment on our Facebook or our Instagram page, or email us at info@adeola.com. And when we get on Amazon, you will be able to leave reviews as well. I've been calling customers randomly just to thank you guys for patronizing us at Adeola. So it's been wonderful speaking with some of you in the UK, in Nigeria, in Canada, in the US. I spoke with one woman in Dubai. She made sure that her sister bought when we sent to Nigeria. Hey, thank you for trusting us. So we are so grateful, and tell us how we can do better. We are trying our best. Please visit our website. We've opened shipping to so many countries now. So please, if you're watching and you're interested in our product, check our website. That's where you can order. All right, y'all. It's been real, and I'm keeping it real up in here. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. Until next time, I'm going to see you all later. Peace out.